Hello people, welcome back to the channel. In this video I am going to be going over female narcissism and signs of a female narcissist. Reason being, I feel like it's out of control in modern times because hypergamy, monkey branching, is out of control also because of the times that we live in. It's so easy, and it's never been easier for women to get so much admiration and attention through various different avenues, and it's not natural. So I believe the effect it's having, the negative effect it's having, is it's creating narcissist women in so many different areas of the world that it's literally every woman nearly at this point. It's hard to find a woman that is not hypergamous and narcissistic. And basically it means that the world has to evolve around them, and if it doesn't, they'll leave. So they might be nice to begin with, and they might try and woo you and give you all the nice, oh, I'm a little Disney princess and I would never do anything bad. But as you find out, that is not the case. The reality is, sadly, most women are evil, and I'm going to call it as it is. Most women are evil. And just to kind of give you an idea of the way I view it, is that you can look at a tiger or a bear and they look cute, but each one of them is programmed to end you, okay, physically. But whereas you have to put it as, in the way I see it, women look cute, but they're programmed to end you emotionally, because they are fundamentally programmed to weed out weak men. So they will throw everything in the kitchen sink at you to try and find a chink in your armour. And if they do, oh boy, they will destroy you emotionally. So this is why you have to tread very carefully with the modern women, because not only are they narcissistic beyond belief, in bed with that sort of a thing that goes hand in hand with it is hypergamy, and they're out of control. So let's watch the video, and I really want men, especially young men, to be very aware of women and do not be deceived by their looks. Okay, so let's start the video.
Hey everyone. Today we're going to talk about the traits of a female narcissist. I know this topic can be a bit controversial, but it's important to understand and recognize these behaviors in order to protect ourselves from being taken advantage of or manipulated. You should also stick around until later in the video, where I'll go a bit more in depth about what a female narcissist usually is like in a relationship. Trust me, this bit is just as important, especially if you think you're currently in or about to enter a relationship with a female narcissist. Welcome to our channel, where we talk about the journey to self-development. If you're new here, we trust you're going to love this video. And if you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back. Without further ado, here we go. So I'll begin by sharing a story with you about a female narcissist I once encountered. She was actually a colleague at work and seemed like the perfect office buddy at first. Always had a smile on her face, was willing to help out, and just had a great work ethic generally. But as time went on, I started to notice some red flags. She would constantly brag about her accomplishments, belittle others for their mistakes, and would only do tasks if they benefited her in some way. There were also instances of manipulative situations to make herself look good while throwing others under the bus, if it meant that. It was clear that this lady was a narcissist, and believe me when I said it became exhausting working with her. But looking back, I realized that there were certain traits that I should have recognized earlier on. The first was the exaggerated sense of self-importance. This often manifests in the form of the narcissist constantly talking about themselves, their accomplishments, and their intelligence.
That's a classic narcissistic trait. They cannot talk about themselves and get enough praise. It's just stomach churning and insufferable. And also I want to just state that men are clearly capable of being narcissists as well, and all of this can relate to men as well, but my video is aimed at showing young men that women are not all sweetness and roses, and men in general. So I want men to fundamentally understand that this is, in one way or another, women have got this in their nature. Whether it comes out now or later, it's always there. Because, like I said, just think of the animals. They're all programmed in a certain way by nature. Okay?
Intelligence. They expect to be treated as superior to others and have a hard time seeing things from the other perspectives. Now, we all have a little bit of narcissism in us. It's a natural part of our ego and helps us feel good about ourselves. But when it becomes excessive, it can lead to some serious problems in relationships and daily life. So what does an exaggerated sense of self-importance look like in a female narcissist? Well, it's basically all about her. She thinks she's the center of the universe and expects everyone else to revolve around her. She talks about herself nonstop and brags about her accomplishments, even if they're not all that impressive. She's constantly seeking attention and validation and can't stand it when she doesn't get it. But here's the thing. This exaggerated sense of self-importance is often just a cover-up for deep-seated insecurities and low self-esteem. Female narcissists often use their grandiose persona as a way to hide their feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. Keep an eye out for red flags, like if she talks about herself constantly and interrupts others when they try to speak or expects special treatment and becomes angry when she doesn't get it. Next is manipulation. Female narcissists are skilled manipulators and will use various tactics to get what they want. They may use charm, flattery, or even intimidation to get their way. One common tactic is gaslighting, where the narcissist denies reality or makes the victim question their memory and perception. For example, a female narcissist may deny saying or doing something, even though it clearly happened. This can cause the victim to doubt their own sanity and feel confused and helpless. Female narcissists may also use guilt and shame to exploit others. They may manipulate their victim into feeling guilty for not doing something they wanted or for not meeting their expectations. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content about self-development and improving your life. It really helps our new channel, and your kindness will go a long way. Female narcissists are also prone to envy and may try to bring others down to feel superior. They may engage in bullying or other aggressive behaviors to assert their dominance. As we've already talked about before, narcissists are notoriously self-absorbed and lack empathy for others. But that doesn't mean that they don't experience jealousy or envy. In fact, many narcissists are prone to envy because they're driven by a deep sense of inadequacy and low self-esteem. They may feel that they are not good enough or deserving of certain things, and this can lead to the envy of others who have what they desire. Female narcissists, in particular, may envy other women who have qualities that they lack or wish they had. This could be physical attractiveness, intelligence, success, or even just a happy and fulfilling personal life. And this envy can be a powerful motivator. It drives them to put others down, or try to one-up them to feel better about themselves. They may also try to mimic or imitate the things that they envy in others, even if it means compromising their values or beliefs. But here's the thing. Envy is never a healthy or productive emotion. It can lead to toxic behaviors and relationships, and it eats away at our sense of self-worth. So if you find yourself feeling envious of others, it's important to take a step back and try to understand where those feelings are coming from. Are you comparing yourself to others in an unhealthy way? Are you not giving yourself credit for your accomplishments? Remember, we are all unique and have our own strengths and weaknesses. Rather than focus on what others have that you don't, concentrate on building yourself and celebrating your accomplishments. Next is entitlement, since narcissists often feel they are superior to others and deserve.
So far, I'm sure that you can relate to this and you know people who are like this, and you'll be like, ah, that's making sense. And fundamentally, what you have to understand with narcissists is that somewhere along the line that they've been damaged, or maybe I'm not a specialist. It's either they're damaged or they completely lack any empathy or well-being for other people. And realistically, the only feelings that they can feel are for themselves, and that's it. And all they care about, and like he said at the beginning, they believe the world evolves around them and that nobody else's feelings matter other than theirs, period. So that's why they can be ruthless and cold, nice. It depends what they want from you, you see.
Deserve more than everyone else. In the case of female narcissists, entitlement can manifest itself in several ways. For example, a female narcissist may feel entitled to attention and validation from others and become angry or upset if they don't receive it. They may also feel entitled to certain possessions or material things and become jealous or possessive if they don't get what they want. But entitlement isn't just about material possessions or attention. A female narcissist may also feel entitled to control and power over others, and use manipulation or coercion to get what they want. And here's why it is important to recognize and address entitlement in ourselves and others. Entitlement can lead to a lack of empathy and consideration for others, and create toxic or unhealthy relationships. I should mention that not all women with narcissistic traits are necessarily narcissists. And as you know, men too can be narcissists. Also, remember that individuals with narcissistic personality disorder often have a difficult time acknowledging their flaws and seeking help. So it's important to approach the topic with sensitivity and understanding.
Because in a narcissist's mind, they think they're perfect. Or I think deep down maybe they know they're not, but they've got this sort of, they're that fake that they have to keep up this appearance of being perfect, and they can never acknowledge that they're wrong. So that's another way of noticing you're dealing with a narcissist. They cannot and will not acknowledge that they're wrong. Maybe some will, to try and, trick you, but then look at their actions. Do their actions match their words? Yeah?
Now moving on to the bonus part of this session. What is a female narcissist like in a relationship? To begin with, she will often prioritize herself above anyone else. This may seem charming and confident at first, but is often just a facade for manipulation. In a relationship, a female narcissist may put on an act of being kind and caring, when in reality, she only cares about herself and what she can get out of the relationship. One of the most common behaviors of a female narcissist is her need for constant attention and validation. You see her acting jealous or possessive of her partner, constantly needing reassurance that they love her. But at the same time, she may not be very empathetic or considerate of her partner's needs or feelings. For example, if the partner disagrees with them or challenges them in any way, a female narcissist may try to twist their words or make them doubt their perceptions. They may also use emotional manipulation to get what they want, such as threatening to hurt themselves or playing the victim to get their partner to give in to their demands. Female narcissists also tend to blame others for their mistakes or problems. They may play the victim and try to make themselves appear perfect and blameless, even when it's clear that they're at fault. It's why their partners find it difficult to confront them about any issues in a relationship. It's important to recognize these behaviors if you're in a relationship with a female narcissist. And while it's not impossible to have a healthy relationship with a narcissistic partner, it does require a lot of patience and understanding. As always, I'm always of the opinion.
I would honestly never advise anybody to be in a relationship with a narcissist. The reason being is you will never be able to be sane. They will always throw you off centre, and they are always in highs and lows. And the main problem with women and why they're never happy is because for every high comes a low. They don't have a regulation of being able to be content. So if you do something good for them, or you give them a nice holiday, when they come back they'll feel depressed because they're going back to the normal life, and then they'll probably take it out on you and give you drama and problems. That's just an example, but realistically, when women, it doesn't matter what you do for a woman. If you give her a high, she'll always have a low, and then she'll give you another problem, another argument, and it's just a continuous loop of ungrateful, self-centered insanity, and that is not a life that you want. You want a woman that's appreciative, respects you, loves you, and doesn't play games with you, and doesn't try and, ruin your life, bring chaos to it. You want a woman that brings peace. But sadly, that seems to be a unicorn. And as time goes on, the more attention women get, the more validation they get from the 80% of men who don't get women, that just keeps building their ego, and it's like this monster of just complete hypergamous, narcissistic monkey branching that's out of control. It's like a £1,000 gorilla turning into a £1,500 gorilla, into a £2,000 gorilla, and it just gets bigger and stronger and crazier. It's out of control, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And as a man trying to deal with that, it's literally like, there's no end result for you. Because like I said, With a narcissistic, self-centered woman, you will forever be trying to keep her happy, but you'll never be able to actually make her happy, because the happiness comes from within her. And if the woman can't be happy in her own self, and she can't do it herself, and she has to constantly rely on other people, you'll never make her happy. That is the bottom line, and she will constantly have you living in chaos. And that's at a minimum. It can ruin your life, it could get you put in jail, it can bring all kinds of things that nobody wants. So tread carefully with women in modern times. They are evil. Not all. There's an anecdotal small percentage of unicorns somewhere on this planet that are not evil, but I think we can all say and see that what is happening in modern times, it's evident that women are self-centered, evil beings, and I stand on that.
That professional therapy or support can help navigate this dynamic. Thank you for watching, guys, and I really hope you found this video.
Yeah, so that's just a kind of a little, a good sort of a explanation and a little sort of a video just to give you an idea of what you're looking for, and I've obviously gave you good ideas as well. So like I said, if you see any of this in a woman and you're noticing it at the start, just leave, because trust me, you would need to, it's like the only it would be like winning the lottery to take on a woman with these flaws and have a happy life. It's that rare. These women are damaged and beyond help, and like I said, if they can't make themselves happy, how can you make them happy? So until the next time, take it easy and peace.